Well, see this.
In fact, media reports suggest that the US booked dozens of seats for Afrikaner refugees, but only 3 actually rocked up. And I wonder if this is a signal that there's a large rejection of this refugee status. Some, from the media reports I've seen, have also started coming back to South Africa.
No, indeed. I mean, there are media reports, especially in the Afrikaans media, of some of the first group of refugees who went to the US and actually feel quite disillusioned. It's not as easy there as here in South Africa, especially if they run into medical difficulties and do not have health insurance in the US. That is an absolute nightmare. Not that our system is perfect, but there are places where it can be even harsher. And also, refugee status means you can't return to your friends and family. You're not going to come back for holidays and Christmas.
That's not how refugee statuses work.
No, and also...
In fact, you left because you fled instability, isn't it?
No, precisely. I mean, how many refugees in war zones have the time to still sell off their possessions and get their things in order? And that is also part of what we are trying to debunk. What does it mean to be a refugee? In our case, or in South Africans' case, all South Africans face concerns and challenges. But we are not in a war zone. We are most definitely not fleeing for our lives in the same way that people in Gaza and Sudan are fleeing for their lives.
How do you think Trump's project plays into this narrative about white identity being under an existential threat?
Well, that's part of the main point. I don't think they care about Afrikaners at all. I don't think they know much about Afrikaners, actually. And what they are doing is to peddle this narrative of, look what happens to whites when they become a minority. Forgetting that Afrikaners have always been a minority in this country. But they are fear-mongering that the US might not be majority white by 2050. There's fear-mongering in Europe that migration and multiculturalism means that, again, the local populations will lose their majority status. And hence then they point to, in inverted commas, the hardships of this particular white minority. Minority status has always been the case. So it's being taken out of context in order to drive right-wing propaganda. And again, that is why we penned this open letter, because it doesn't reflect our values.
Okay, so it was recently shared by the SABC News saying a group of Afrikaners have penned an open letter rejecting the US government's recent decisions to give white South Africans priority for refugee status. UP historian Dr. Lindy Coates says America doesn't care about Afrikaners, but fears the US may not be majority white by 2050. Well, this is one of the comments, one of the contents I'm actually going to discuss that is actually going to receive a lot of backlash, because this post right here received a lot of backlash, and then Afrikaners people were not so happy with the doctor's take. As you have seen the video, that was what she was saying and her stance at war. Well, I don't want actually to dive deeper. This is actually a family affair issue between Afrikaners. So I don't want to dig deeper, but I want us to see what they are thinking and how they have actually or have taken this news to be. Okay, let's see this. So one came and says, this lady does not represent me as an Afrikaner. Okay, sure. Again, this one is a woman. I don't know who you are, and I will be clear, you are not my representative or voice. You do not speak on my behalf, and I support MAGA and their objectives. That's an Afrikaner right there, and they're actually not siding with Dr. Coates. Again, this one is the bigger picture that people are missing is who they sold their land to before taking up refugee status in the USA. I think there's more to this that meets the eye. Well, for sure. Again, once that they will learn the hard way. To be honest, I appreciate all my fellow whites who want to build this country with us. This is a home for the Rainbow Nation, and we cannot build without the other, whites, blacks, and Indians. Well, that's a very beautiful speech right there, and I hope it actually gets to be like that. Let's build the world together, okay? Home is home. Let's build the Africa, our continent together. Okay, so with this, I don't want to actually dive inside deeper, because basically, most of the comment section where all Afrikaners were not happy, and you were threatening, saying a lot of things against Dr. quote on her point of view though. Basically, they say it's a group, not actually all Afrikaners take, but some section of Afrikaners believe that like that. But you know what? Let me leave this for you guys to actually decide, and let's see where you stand as well as an Afrikaner. Where do you stand? Do you actually believe what the UP historian Dr. Lindy could say, or you also think that she does not represent you and she does not speak for you as an Afrikaner? Let me know in the comment section, and let's respect each other's view as well. Please be calm, share your point of view with no insults, and let's be respectful as well also. Okay, thank you.